Welcome to episode 49 of Discovering Nagasaki from Local. My name is Chad. In my ongoing weekly vlogs, you can experience everyday life in this scenic and fascinating part of Japan. This week, Daniel Hazen was the only person to correctly answer both of last week's vlog questions. Denise Rollheiser was able to correctly answer the first question. Thank you for answering my challenging questions. The first question from last week was, how many spinach buns did I bake in last week's baking demo? The answer is 33 spinach buns. The second question from last week was, how many people were feeding carp beside Uouchi Bridge in last week's vlog? The answer is 4 people, a boy, a girl, and their parents. The Tokyo Olympics will begin here in Japan in less than 3 weeks from now, on July 23rd. High temperatures are a real problem in Japan during the months of July and August, especially with the high humidity. Typhoon season started a few weeks ago in Japan, but so far the last few typhoons haven't done much damage here. In today's vlog, I will show you the summer seedlings that I planted this week in my garden. I will also give you a short tour of 2 places which provide an excellent view of Omura Bay. I will show you Chihuata train station on the eastern coast of Omura Bay and Nozomi Park on the southeastern coast of Omura Bay. Let's get started. Today I'm going to transplant these 4 trays of summer seedlings into the garden. Here I have a tray of okra seedlings. Beside it is a tray of basil seedlings. Next I have a tray of parsley seedlings. And finally I have a tray of togan seedlings, 15 pots, and pumpkin seedlings, 15 pots. Before I cover these seeds with soil, I want to show you this year's second crop of string beans and soybeans. There are about 4 seeds in each seedling pot. Here are some recent close-up photos of what we're growing now beside our house. Here are some of our mini tomatoes, zucchini, potatoes, jute, Swiss chard, cucumbers, basil, red perilla, green perilla, cosmos, sunflowers, bell peppers, figs, blueberries, lemons, blackberries, goya, and satoimo. This is what our side garden looks like now. And here is a view of our rear garden. From here you can see a lot of red perilla in the foreground. Even though we don't use any herbicides in our garden, our vegetables have managed to outgrow the weeds. I plowed a large portion of the garden about a week ago to make way for a new crop of vegetables. On my left you can see some cosmos flowers blooming, and on the ground at the back of the garden are the seedlings and fertilizer that I'll put into the soil today. To make more space prior to plowing, I had to pre-plant all of the vegetables in this part of the garden. As you can see from here, I've already transplanted some goya, eggplant, and jute seedlings next to the trellis. Next to our cultivators are 4 bags of bokashi fertilizer, which I prepared in episode 7, and 2 bags of nuka, rice bran. Beside our tractor are the 4 seedling trays that I showed you earlier, the togan and pumpkin seedlings, the parsley seedlings, the okra seedlings, and the basil seedlings. First, I need to fertilize the soil and plow some furrows for irrigation. I just finished spreading out the fertilizer on this plowed section of the garden. 2 days from now I'll transplant a tray of cucumber seedlings and a tray of zucchini seedlings in this trellis next to the goya. Now I have to mix this fertilizer up with the soil using the counter-rotating tines on my Honda cultivator. Here's what the soil looks like after it has been infused with a fertilizer. The soil is level and fertile now, but now I need to dig some furrows using the plow on my Mitsubishi cultivator. The red Honda cultivator is sitting behind it, and the 4 trays of seedlings are now out of the way in front of the tractor. After several passes with the plow and my cultivator, I now have deep furrows between each vegetable row. I will use about half of these new rows to plant today's seedlings. In the near future, I'll plant a few other vegetables in the remaining rows. This is a view of the togan seedlings that I placed on the soil next to the trellis. To speed things up, I will remove all the pots before I start transplanting. Here are okra seedlings, some pumpkin seedlings, our basil seedlings, some more togan seedlings, our parsley seedlings, and some more pumpkin seedlings. Now all I have to do is transplant the seedlings and water them as soon as they're in the soil. I've just finished transplanting all of today's seedlings into the garden. My wife Yasko is watering them with the garden hose right now. The local weather forecast is calling for 6 straight days of heavy precipitation over the next 10 days. Fortunately, these seedlings will be ready for the deluge. I'm now standing along Route 34 in front of Chihuata train station. This station is not far from Ryutosen Falls, the place that I showed you in episode 43. Chihuata Station is located on the eastern coast of Omura Bay, about 24 kilometers from Haiki. This is one of the smallest stations in Nagasaki Prefecture. It only accommodates 82 passengers every day. The kanji for Chihuata means 1,000 cotton in English. It's on the milk run between Omura and Sasebo. This is the train schedule for this station. Only 21 trains stop here each day. Usually this station is unstaffed, but obviously there is someone here today. Chihuata Station has been open since April the 20th, 1928, which means it's been in operation for more than 93 years. Outside these doors is a short set of stairs, which lead to Chihuata Station's train platform. From this platform you get a stunning view of Omura Bay and the surrounding coastline. On my right, the tracks lead to Sunogi, Kawatana, and eventually Sasebo. And on my left, the tracks lead to Omura, Isahaya, and eventually Nagasaki. A local train is now unloading passengers, and it will depart in about 25 seconds. Like most trains in Japan, you can set your watch to them. This particular train runs on diesel fuel, and it only has 2 carriages. There it goes, on its way to the next station on this Omura train line, Sunogi Station. I'm now standing in front of the engraved stone sign for Tarami's Nozomi Park on the southeastern coast of Omura Bay. Nozomi is the Japanese word for hope. This park is on Route 207 between Isahaya and Okusa. Isahaya is in this direction, and Okusa and Nagayo are in the opposite direction along this beautiful coastal road. Next to the parking lot is an elevated pitch that visitors can use for picnics and various sports. That building is a stage and an equipment storage facility for the adjacent white gateball field. Behind the gateball field is Nozomi's Kaikon Community Center. It is equipped with an onsen, a tea room, and various cultural and historical halls. This 4-hectare park includes an outdoor stage, a roller skating rink, a putting golf course, and a large children's playground below. That brown building below is a guest center which provides information and rental equipment. Here's a closer look at that guest center and the surrounding terrain. The washrooms in this center are open now and the vending machine is working, but because of pandemic restrictions, the rental services are currently shut down. In this direction you can see Nozomi Park's tall green and white striped landmark. This landmark is easy for motorists to spot as they travel along Route 207. I'm now on the lot behind this park's guest center. It's a little bit hazy today, but from this location you can get a great view of Omura Bay below. I'm now about 120 meters above sea level, looking toward Isahaya in the distance. And now for this week's challenging questions. First, what 2 things did I use to fertilize the garden in today's farming video? Second, how many people did you see working in today's Tarami Nozomi video? Be the first to correctly answer both of these questions in the comments section below. I will announce the first 3 people who do so at the beginning of episode 50. You can find a complete list of the contents of my vlog episodes on the Facebook link listed below, and you can watch all of my vlog episodes on my online YouTube playlist. Today's B-roll involved farming, so in episode 50 my B-roll will involve cooking. Stay tuned for more interesting vlogs from and about Nagasaki. See you next week.